something to say, there's something to say.
Your own car.
Whoa! Yeah, I got that. Okay, just got back in from an afternoon of backyard bashing, and as you can see, I have beat the living snot out of this car. So what have I learned? Well, number one, as much as I love the Copperhead orange paint that I used originally, this was a plastic paint, not a Lexan paint, and it was too brittle. So most of this paint has now liberated itself from the car. But given the amount of beating I've done to it, I think that it's definitely, it's earned its untimely demise. So I'm not upset at all. I've already identified a hobby grade paint that's almost the same color, and I've used that on my new kit, so that's not a problem at all. Second thing here, got a little bat hardened something going in reverse, so we'll put a little crack in the Lexan shell. I don't think it's really the cause, or I don't think it's the fault of the shell per se, but when I was trimming it, I left a little piece that caused a stress fracture, and that's what happens in engineering. No big deal. Just put some glue on it. Just something to watch. I probably have to reinforce it with some big ugly epoxy resin, but it's no big deal. Next up, inside the Slash. Now you see I was running my Venom battery just for the heck of it. I have it, might as well use it. And this thing is dirty. So another lesson learned, I see that they sell underbody trays for the Slashes. That might not be a bad investment, just given the amount of crud that got inside of here. And as you can see, looking around my drive shaft, that's just not too bad. But this is apparent a very common issue, and I see a lot of guys spend a lot of time trying to plug up this hole here to keep fine rocks and everything from jumping through. The thing is, there's so many other places for stuff to get in here that that's the least of my problems. So I could go to a full tray to go over and protect it, but I'm concerned about airflow. I've seen a good video out there, and I forget the guy's name, so I have to look it up and give him a shout out later, but where he's done some trick modifications to his underbody tray, to using pantyhose screen and a computer fan to make sure he got good airflow and cooling inside of it. And maybe that's something I might look at doing in the future, just to keep it a little bit cleaner. But the nice thing about waterproof electronics is that I can take this thing here and go right here and do this, and voila, dirt magically disappears. So this lesson's learned. Now, of course, when you do this, you need to go through and also I like to use a little layer of WD-40 on a lot of items. Now, WD-40 is a water repellent. So by putting a little bit of a coat on it beforehand, you actually stop water from penetrating in a lot of places. So that just helps things out a little bit. It helps the cleanup be a little bit easier. But this is some of the things you learn from getting out and bashing, tearing things up. But I'm actually very impressed with the durability and the reliability of this car, and I really don't have very many RPM parts on here already, so this is mostly stock Traxxas. So I've got an RPM front and rear bumper. But other than that, besides the Proline body mounts, this guy's all Traxxas save the motors, motor and speed controller combination, and of course I'm using a FlySky receiver. Okay, so maybe it's not all Traxxas, but it's, the Traxxas parts are actually proving a lot more durable on this RC than I've seen on the Rustlers. So they've done a pretty good job, but then again, most of the guys with these things beat the snot out of them anyway, so I guess they've done their own version of Fly Fix Fly, and I'm pretty happy with the results. This car's a dream to drive, and it, I hate to say it because I really do love my Rustler, but driving this thing kind of makes me, not miss the Rustler at all. I mean, they're both very fun cars, but they're night and day as far as performance. The Rustler is kind of rough. Think about it like a 60s muscle car. Lots of power, kind of crude, get the rear end out, slide it around, everything. But this is more of a fine-tuned, sports car. So let's go 69 Corvette to new Camaro Stingray. This is much more precise. It goes where I want it to go, when I want to go. Is very controllable, and I want to break it free and slide it around. I can do it and snap it back in a nice controlled fashion. It's got a lot less wild card attitude as the Rustler. Of course, that attitude makes the Rustler a lot of fun to drive, but I guess I'm really digging the precision feel of this as well. So I'll give you guys more impressions later, but until next time, our Hustler 1 signing off. Remember to fly, fix, fly, get out there, break it, fix it, and do it all over again. See ya.